Oral Sledge reporting live. Today was a devastating day for the people in Minneapolis. We lived in Minneapolis. We were there when George Floyd was murdered by the police department. We were there when a gentleman that worked at the child care center, Philandro Castile, was shot several times in front of his 4-year-old child or 3-year-old child and girlfriend when he was trying to show the officer his permit for his weapon that he told them that he had. And now we see this 37-year-old woman shot in her car as she attempts to flee the aggressive assault that was going to happen to her by these ICE agents. And, some people say, oh, yeah, she was trying to run them over. And I see no direct trajectory. If you look at the video, I see no direct trajectory. I see the wheels turned in an attempt to escape. And let me ask you this, those naysayers that believe that she had malintent and attempted to do physical harm to that officer or that agent. If you see a bus at a bus stop and the bus begins to drive off, is it your right to step in front of the bus and fire 3 shots into the face of the bus driver because it appears they're trying to hurt you? If you step in front of any moving vehicle, if you place your body in front of a vehicle that's in proximity to move, and when it begins to move, you do not attempt to evade it, were you in fear of being injured? Beyond a reasonable doubt, normal thinking people get out of the way of things that are coming at them. Normal thinking people do not place themselves in front of vehicles that are about to move. When somebody is protesting, trying to block the invasion of ICE agents into communities against the will of the governor and all political parties that the citizens voted for, they place themselves in front of that vehicle and then fire into the vehicle, killing the driver. This is not an act of self-defense. It's an act of aggression. Plain and simple. Power mad. I can do all things. They can do anything and have an excuse type scenario that played out. And you know it's bad when they start killing white women. Unprecedented in these United States, as far as I can recall. Not blatantly and not on camera. So I encourage everybody to step up and do something. Don't just sit on your laurels and sit on your hands waiting for somebody else to do something. It's time for everybody. This is a time we've never seen before. This is a time that could escalate into a time that we will never recover from if we don't stand fast on the Constitution and we start implementing the rules of law that mandate due process. I propose that on January 15th from 12 to 3 p.m., all people that are not emergency responders or defenders of this country in the military cease work. Step off your vehicles, step out of your trucks for 3 solid hours across this land to show this establishment and the financial institutions that we American people have a power. When we mass, we have a power to send a message. On July 15th, which is Martin Luther King Jr.'s, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, civil rights leader, nonviolent protester that fought for civil rights and the rights for people, Bruin people, to be able to vote in the South and around the land, that paved the way for LGBTQ communities and other communities, women's rights, to have a foothold in this country. This man and his movement grassroots movement that changed America for the better. On his birthday, we need to stand up. We need to stand up and say enough is enough. We're not going to be under the thumb of the dictator. We're not going to have rules of law ignored. We're not going to have due process ignored. We're not going to have families ripped apart at the seams. They've been here 30, 40, 50 years without due process and just thrown on the ground and drug out of their buildings and deported to third world countries that they didn't even come from. This has gone far enough. This is off the chain. This is blatant disregard for human beings. Now, just because it hasn't happened to you, add a yet to that. Because the momentum that this is going, if they can pick something they don't like about somebody else, it's only a matter of time before they find out something they don't like about you. Time to stand up. I propose January 15th. Ice cold freeze. Stop work from noon to 3 p.m. no matter where you are. Step out of the building, put your laptop, shut your laptop, go offline, walk out, turn everything off, and leave for 3 solid hours. And take the hit, take the 3-hour hit off your paycheck. But we're going to show the world we're not going to be feeding the corporate giants any more of our sweat and tears and our labor. And don't go buy anything either for those 3 hours. Total moratorium, a total shutdown, a total freeze of the economy for 3 hours nationwide. That's what I propose. Who's with me? Oral Sludge reporting live.